If you're having gray hair, it most likely means that your heart has started to fail. Scientists have found out a significant correlation between your hair turning gray and your heart starting to die. The reason I'm making this video is so that you will get out of that situation before you have a heart problem. I will show you. So there's this study and many other studies that say the degree of hair graying as an independent risk marker for coronary heart disease. Okay, so you can read more. Cardiovascular disease is a leading cause of death worldwide, especially to men, heart disease. Okay, now let's look at their conclusion. The higher hair whitening, that is gray hair, was associated with increased coronary artery calcification and risk of cardiovascular disease. So this is hair white score, which is gray hair. The more the gray hair, the more likely that your heart is having an issue. Okay, independent of chronological age and other established cardiovascular risk factors. It doesn't matter your age. You can read more about this. Here's another one. The results of our study not only confirm an association between hypertension, diabetes, smoking, and hair graying, but also shows that coronary calcification detected by CTCA was significantly higher in patients with what? Hair white score, which is the more the gray hair, the more coronary calcification. Your hair is a sign of life. It's showing you whether how healthy you are. We didn't know this. I lost most of my hair in baldness. Look at me. Just look at me before. Look at my hair now. Can you believe this is me? Can you believe it's the same person? Can you imagine the difference? The difference. Can you see how the dome of my head is shining? And this is 3 to 4 months now into trying to recover my hair. My edges are starting to come back. As you can see, I only had hair here. Can you see it? Let me get a better. Can you see? I only had hair here. My hair started here. And I'm still young. All this hair you're seeing from here is new in the past 3 to 4 months. And I've tried so many hair products, I didn't know it was not just about hair. When I found out that this thing, hair loss, is related to something, deficiency of nutrients, or something just going wrong in your body, that was when I started being able to fix it. I created my own homemade hair oil that is able to get back this hair. So look at this. Is gray hair linked to heart disease? Interesting. Watch. After adjusting for other factors, they found that male pattern baldness carried a 5.6 times greater risk of coronary artery disease. That being bald is even a higher risk than gray hair of having CAD. Premature graying was associated with 5.3 times greater risk. 2017, so it's recent. So if you're losing hair, don't just say it's style. You just shave off everything and be walking like me before. Something might be wrong inside you, and as you can see from the other study, it doesn't have to do with age. Something might be wrong. Your hair is showing you something. It's just like your hair is like a garden. When the plants in the garden start dying or start turning gray, you know that there's a problem. Somewhere in the soil, deep in the soil, there's a problem. All right? So my method is two-pronged approach. You apply an oil on your hair, which will grow it. Then you take some supplements. So if you take my course, which is just a 10-minute video, it shows you me mixing the oils that I used on my hair. And these are cooking oils that people don't know, and the ingredients. So the hair oil is edible. All right? I'll show you why I made it edible. It's because most of the hair products that people are applying is not good. You see? Hair dye use and prostate cancer. Most people that have gray hair, they're applying hair dye to cover it. At the end of the day, it's linked to prostate cancer. Let's go and look at the discussion on this study. Okay, let's finish this. A prospective analysis in alpha tocopherol beta carotene cancer prevention study cohort. Okay, 2021. Look at the conclusion of the same study. The first prospective investigation of hair dye use and prostate cancer suggests that personal hair dye use may be related to increased risk. The findings warrant re-examination. Of course, they will always put this kind of thing, prostate cohorts along the studies and blah, blah, blah. Okay. Prostate cancer was the second most common malignancy in men globally in 2018. Most men don't pay attention to their health. Your hair is telling you something for many years. You don't pay attention till one day you just hear cancer. There's no cancer that just comes out from nowhere. There has been signs. When compared with control group subjects, those with prostate cancer were twice as likely to have signs of hair loss, alopecia, at age 20. See, if you're young and you're watching this and you have started losing hair, bro, run no. And the funny thing is that at that age, right, the machines may not be able to detect anything. You can go for tests at your 20 and you're physically fit, may not be able to detect. But they're saying that as the person ages, those that started losing hair early eventually ended up with prostate cancer more, like a correlation, not causation. So the reason I'm making this video is to alert all the men, and some women have this hair loss too, that if you're having hair loss or your hair is graying out, you have to be alarmed. All right, try and get it back. Don't just freestyle it and say okay, or you pluck it out. Yeah, it's just like treating the symptoms. It's just like when you're having a headache, somebody's giving you motivational speech. You can do it, you can ignore the headache, you can this, that. What is the real cause of the headache? According to a new article in Men's Health, scientists have found that people with premature graying could be more susceptible to heart problems than those who retain their natural hair color. Than those who retain their natural hair color into the mid-age. It cites a study presented at 69th Annual Conference of the Cardiology Society of India, which found that men under 40 with premature gray hair were more than 5 times as likely to be affected by coronary artery disease, this is heart disease, than those who showed no signs of graying. So if you are graying under 40, you should be totally alarmed. My own is if you are graying at all. So I have this oil that should be able to help with the color, but also you need to go for scan. If you're above 40 and you are graying, go for scan. Go and do 2 scans. Your prostate exam. Let them be sure that things have not started going bad around your private area. You get what I'm saying? Down there. Secondly, you need to do heart exam. All right. I think they call it ECG. When you speak to your doctor will do proper recommendation. Tell him what you want. All right. They will refer you to a lab. You go to a lab and do proper scan. They will put machine on your heart like this and scan. There's one that they will put you on a treadmill, all right, to see how your heart is reacting to. They will see everything on a computer. They will tell you how healthy you are. All right. Hopefully nothing is wrong down there. But if something is wrong, at least you now know you can start tackling it earlier. Okay. I have this oil and I have some supplements I recommended. You take it and show your doctor that somebody recommended this supplements. Because sometimes gray hair is as a result of lack of nutrients in your body. So you see this, all right? Basically, if you're having gray hair or hair loss, there are 2 diseases that you should know that it's likely. Prostate cancer and heart disease. You should actually start tackling it now that it has not started. In fact, if you're above 40, you should go. In fact, if you're from 30, 35, and you're losing hair and you're having gray hair, go for prostate exam. It's not expensive. Most labs do it for very cheap. All right, they will put a machine on your stomach close to your private area, and they will see the thing on the computer and know whether you are still okay. And there are other ways they do the exam. You should go for heart exam, all right, heart scan, ECG. I think that's what they call it. So meet your doctor, tell them you want to do this too, so that they will refer you to a proper lab. You do this scan just to be sure you're okay, that your gray hair is not being caused by a deeper problem. If you need my oil for reversing gray hair, inbox me straight up.